Maybe a lot of people aren't as upset with you as you thought.
Thinking up.
I'll clean up the fighting arena.
Thank you. Time for many tables.
Yeah. Gonna have to make it a lot bigger probably for the wedding.
I'm up. What did I miss? The whole party?
Are we ready?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, the lag. Oh, there we go. It's not too bad now.
I imagine since it cannot be used for warfare, the Morningstar should fall under as a tool.
I disagree. It's a weapon. It's 100 gold, sir.
How much for the apprentice model?
Okay, the apprentice weapon is 45 gold, and the mastercraft tool is 50 gold.
95.
Blood stacks. I'll help. Oh, little shit, man.
Hold on, I must split this.
So this is the market.
There, wait. How much do you need? No.
Ah, there you go.
Thank you. Take care, old man.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go, Wolf. Come here.
Come on.
Next.
Hello there. Oh my god.
Oh god, hi.
I love your tool. It's very beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I am broke again.
You actually did some work around the
I
town.
mean,
I gave you some gold.
If we want to talk about work, what have you been doing for the past 6 days?
Servant girl,
Quite
can you
malleable
handle this order?
work.
Because there's no way in fucking hell I'm doing it. I'll get you the pigs,
Oh,
though.
this man is so short.
Thank you,
Pay for the pigs. That's 100 gold. And then you'll pay for the
Speak
two
to a
fishes and all the eggs.
Speak to a respected maester like that, and I'll bring you down to my level.
Oh, fresh farm maester over there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Those Bravo nutritionists know nothing.
Don't you fucking insult the people that made me look good.
I think they know how to make a girl look
Oh my god!
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Shit, I'm getting fired! No one
Did
saw that!
she kill him?
No one saw that!
Don't worry.
I've been bringing him back to life like you
did
have
not.
with
No.
some other people.
No! Nothing happened! Just shut up!
Oh my god, it's so loud.
Good
Oh,
job,
that
Nick.
guy-
Way to go.
He just wouldn't drop. I don't understand what happened. He cracked
He's
his
old.
skull,
What'd
that
you
was it.
expect?
Shut up! You didn't see anything! God damn it! Hey, let's get your ducks and everybody just be quiet. Ow! No!
Oh.
Oh damn. Oh my god.
It's so loud.
Bad horse! Behave! I'm so sorry.
Jeez, so loud.
I didn't see anything.
Back butt-ass naked, ducks go
Look up
crazy,
your
oh
bird.
my god! Alright, next, let's just keep going.
Hello, gorgeous.
a bit stressed.
Where are we in
Yeah,
queue?
I can't believe I got
Near
a
the
couple
front.
people killed today.
While
The
this is
supervisor's
happening, I
gonna
kind of want to
kick
have a little
my
look
ass.
around.
I don't even want to go back home. I might just retire.
further off the ground than it used to be. Well, you can always come back.
Oh,
This is
hell, who's this
Lannisport.
bitch? Who the fuck are you? You wanna run me now?
Oh my god.
I'll get all of you.
Nick, you look so pretty.
Oh my.
Hey.
You run him up again, and I swear to
Giant
God, you won't have a
squid.
jaw.
Oh wow. I've never actually seen one of these, like, actually I have seen one in game before, but not for a long time. I forgot how big they
I'll
were.
come back to your place after if you want, baby.
This place is pretty huge though. So this is just Lannisport, and you have Castle Rock that's up the like up the cliff a bit that way. But it's just a dock, and the dock's massive. The FPS here is surprisingly pretty good as well, surprising how big it is. There's even a little tiny keep over here. How do I get over there? Oh god. I guess Castle Rock people live here. This might be like their town. Because I think cities only start with keeps. So I think this is like Castle Rock's town. All of their people live here. Isabel Raka. Isn't there a Raka in... Yeah, Orlo Raka. Maybe Raka's a family? I don't know. There's a Godswood here. Is that meant to be a Godswood? This place is pretty big. It's quite nice. Yeah, there's an empty house there. These houses are pretty nice too. And none of them look the same. They're all a bit different, which is nice as well. Usually people like just build the same sort of houses over and over. I like this house here. It's like I've got a little blacksmith on the side of it. It's really nice.
Can I get a ramshackle barbarinus horse saddle?
May I have it purple?
Ramshackle Barbarinus?
The barbarinus saddle.
Yes, please. One male, one female.
What the hell are you talking about? Barbarinus?
The saddles for the night.
The barb
Oh! A
Yeah,
barbed
maybe.
horse saddle! Barbarinus sounds like your butthole, you fucking freak! Where do you get that?
Miss Ness beat him over the head, just maybe it'll help.
I was gonna say, you do some real weird shit in
that one looks
Starfall with
awesome.
those girls, don't you?
You almost killed me earlier.
I almost killed you?
Oh goodness.
Oh god! Please, calm down!
I think they
Those
like
lizards
you.
were gonna beat my ass! Oh my goodness!
How close are we to the front?
Hello.
Looks like we're second from next.
You only want ramshackle? Are you sure?
Yeah.
My god, look at the gash on that man! He's bleeding!
Yes, Samantha, Wolf will be in his head for quite a
Perfect.
few,
Thank
maybe
you!
half hour. What's time?
Okay,
So, do me a favor. I kind of
Yes?
want like at least one of us to keep an eye on it.
pardon?
Do you happen to get a note of colours as well
I-
for horses?
Yeah, they'll be delivered to
Remember,
your
you
house
said it like
specifically after the market.
I really
Oh,
like
okay.
it.
Thank you.
Oh, thank
It's
you!
quite the combination of
Well, that's
colours
handy
that
then.
it
We don't have to
seems
take them back. They're going to be
together.
taken to the house.
about your head, baby, but your lady kind of got you in trouble, didn't she? Sorry.
It's okay. I'd lay my life down for her.
Is that so fun? Let me at her! She's in my ass!
I don't see you laying your life down for.
Yeah! You're a terrible knight! You didn't even draw your sword, sir! Alright, what can I get you?
I'm not gonna draw my sword.
Hey, Aaron, you need to replace.
I'm outnumbered here.
Why would you draw a sword?
You might be here to buy
Can
us.
I
What
get
you just said? Hold on! Everybody, I need you all to listen! He said he would lay down his life for his lady. I go attack her and he said he's not gonna draw his sword because there's too many people here. Shun him! Shun him!
Shame!
Don't forget my colored into my graph.
You remember, you draw your sword for her at all times. Doesn't matter how many people are here.
Yeah.
Even if I'm showing you my boobies, you draw your sword and you protect her.
I'd hope you're not.
What can I
showing
get you?
He's got a lot to learn.
I'll say.
You're telling me.
What
Can I get a
you?
Mastercraft Morningstar?
Are you a maester?
No. Only makes a lot of Morningstars.
Yes, because they needed to keep their patients under the dock.
Wow. It's a lot of people. Arian, just over here. Oh. Stay quiet.
Oh, so lucky.
Giving Marcus Buckwell the opportunity to defend his character.
Lady.
Jack, please be seated.
So there's a trial going on right now for a guy, and that's what this is.
I call upon Ezekiel Mears first. Be seated at the chair. I want you to speak full truths before the old gods that we swear by. On your perceptions of his intentions, his ambitions, and his character. Full truths.
Marcus is definitely strong and strong-willed. He's fought with us in many battles.
This hole looks pretty cool.
As far as his character ambitions,
Painting's pretty
very
cool
tough.
too. Nice painting.
And he is well liked by others. So I'm not saying he would try to take power, but he would be smart enough, some perspective, cunning enough he would like. He has proven his honor, proven his faith to you and the queen. But I cannot say that he is or plotting anything. Interact with Estelle, and when we fight with him, I haven't spoken about anything personal and what he tries or.
What are the concerns that you brought before me, not but 3 days prior, with regards to his ambitions?
Yeah, I mean, like him, that it did seem that he was taking his power as the head knight or guard a little bit more serious in calling, well, ordering a lot of us around more than just tasks. It did feel like he was letting his power get to him at times. Sometimes it could be said it was needed, sometimes probably a little bit more than needed.
Thank you. I've heard enough.
I do have a question though. Ezekiel, did Sir Buckwell ever showed you any ambition to take over the throne, to get into a position of power that is maybe not enough for him to be a simple royal guard?
I cannot answer that 100%. He does take his position very serious as the guard of the
As he
but I
should.
do feel like, yes, my lord. But he does sometimes, in some situations, overstep. That I felt like. But that again, as the Queen's Guard, maybe it is necessary sometimes to.
Oh no.
Oh dear, there's a lot of ugly stuff outside.
Oh my.
Mind your fucking whistles.
Someone keeps whistling them.
Go fix it, Necron.
Ezekiel, so he never spoke the words clearly, that he showed more ambition than he should?
Not to me, my lord.
Very well. That's all I needed to know.
I'd like to call upon my former Castellan of Winterfell. Godric, fix the wolf. Have him sit back where he belongs. My former Castellan, Rob Alderman. You were a man of the North and of the Old Gods. You brought many concerns to my attention. I want you to speak on his character, on his ambitions, and on things that you have observed in full truths.
Marcus did give me concerns. He showed signs of trying to subvert my position as Castellan at times. Little things like basically talking over me when I'm trying to order something done, and he'd try and get it in there first. I believe he, at least minimally, had eyes on my position. I brought a few concerns to the Queen. I could go through a list of times, but
yes,
could be
each
here
time
for some
and each
time.
concern.
Okay, so off the top of the head, it would be little things like opening a door for the Queen and the King, but shutting it in my face. It would be things like I would be trying to get people organized to do things around the castle, and he'd be chirping up and giving the orders, and people would be off running, and I wouldn't get a say. There would be times where official dignitaries from other lordships or people of importance would come to the keep. I would be at the back near my office or somewhere, and I would have no idea they're there, where it's my job to meet and greet and entertain until the king himself or the queen is available. And I would come back and be told nothing at all that anybody had been. And when the king or queen made their presence known, Marcus would trump up and say, so-and-so was here, whatever reason, and the king would look at me and ask me, why was I not informed? That is just a generalization of situations that have happened.
So he basically tried to manipulate your position. Is this correct?
I believe he did, yes.
What's the guy here talking? Didn't even see him over there.
Hey, Rob, important one. To know you a little bit. Yes. Do you trust him?
That's a difficult question.
I asked it.
There's a part of me. Marcus is a great commander on the battlefield. He is a great warrior. He's very strong. Has a very strong personality, and he has great leadership potential. And he is also a very good leader of men. But do I trust his ambition? No. Do I trust him on the battlefield? 110%.
Can I ask you a question, Rob?
Yes, my queen.
Do you remember when you came to these halls to give me an apology?
But a few days ago?
Yes. Do you remember what you told me at that time?
I told you to watch your back and be careful, because I wasn't 100% trustworthy of Marcus's ambitions, and I did feel as though you and possibly the king were in danger. But I had no proof. It was only gut instinct, and I could not make any official statement about it. I was concerned for you, my queen, not just as my queen, but one of my friends, one of my true, honest friends, and I was just worried about you, and obviously the king.
Thank you.
And my king, I did not bring it to you, because if I was to bring it to you, it would be making it an official matter, and like I said, I had no proof. I just had concerns of my friends.
What are his ambitions and what dangers were you worried about?
The only way to describe it is he seemed to be placing himself in a position of high status when he hadn't actually been granted that. And I feel as though he was trying to get as much power as possible. And I did not know where that power would end.
Who's the guy in the middle?
Would you say he was manipulating the people of Winterfell to raise his status?
I would suspect so. I have no
So
proof of it,
the
so
king's
I
on
cannot
the
say
far
a
right,
definitive
then you
yes,
have
but I believe so.
Lord Mormont. Not sure who the guy in the middle is.
Rob.
That guy.
Do you believe that Marcus had the intention to take over Winterfell?
I think it's Benjen Mormont.
Benjen, if I said that I approached a person and told them
Oh,
I
Glover.
actually
He's
feared
Glover,
for my
okay.
life, as
No,
I
he's
wasn't
Benjen
sure
Glover. I know
if
his name's
Marcus
Benjen, I
was
wasn't sure
going
his second name.
for
And
it
then he
or
had the
not.
queen on the far
Does that help answer
left.
that question?
Very well.
Who was the man that you
That's all
approached
from
with
my
that
side.
concern?
It was Lord Cedric of Bear Island.
Thank you.
I merely want to say, are you really doubting the honor a knight of Winterfell purely based on the accusations of a 9-year-old? The way I see it, Marcus may have an ambition. When he was assigned head knight, sure, It seemed like he enjoyed the power he might have held to us when he trained us, but that is something that a person in his position should have shown. But if you think about it, lords and ladies, had Marcus no opportunity of slitting the king's throat in his sleep? Had he no opportunity of killing him in the heat of battle without anyone noticing? Why didn't he?
I object to speculation on behalf of this man. I see no value in his arguments he presents.
That's speculation. We'd like to stick to the facts, please. Trying to
Nor do I
determine
find any value in discrediting someone's words because they have only seen 3 or 4 summers versus the 9 or 10 that our knight here has.
But would it not be speculation too then, to believe that Jack speaks the truth when there is no proof that he spoke with Marcus, if there was no one else there?
Marcus has confirmed that he has spoken to the boy in regards to the
and he confirmed
bounty.
that he told you about the bounty. How do we know that Marcus took the bounty? How do we know that Jack is telling the truth?
May I add something to one of the things you just said?
Please do.
You said he is... I do not doubt that he is an honorable man and he's served us well far. Though a man of true honor and loyalty, why would such a man question and disobey a queen's or a king's orders on several occasions?
I do not argue that he disobeyed. I merely argued that I do not believe he would have killed the king.
You yourself brought forth claims about his character and questioned his ambitions, not but a few days ago, as I began to work on White Harbor. And yet here you are, denying the claims of a noble boy, just because he is a boy. That's like me turning you away to my god. Turning you away as a soldier because you are a bastard.
I merely wish to say, if we are to believe, I wish to see more proof that, again...
It's very different than the way you presented the argument. Please be seated.
I have a question. Lady Tyrell. Have you ever known little Jack to ever tell a strange story or something made up? Something that just doesn't sound truthfully?
So far, everything Jack has told me, whether it sound far-fetched or not, including trying to abduct him in the forest, is all turned out to be true.
And what of the others of Highgarden? Have you ever known Jack to make up something like that?
Not since I've been in Highgarden.
Not once.
Very well. I have no other questions.
I would like to speak before the judges and the Grand Maester.
Please.
And yes, I swear it by all the gods, the old and the new. Time and time again, I've rewarded Marcus's services for honorable and very strong-willed performances, whether it be defending my capital, defending my allies, and defending me on the battlefield. Not once have I felt harm. Not once have I felt in danger. Not once have I questioned his intentions. I have felt, though, the pressure of a promise not being fulfilled. Perhaps that's my own guilt. I've known him to be a good, very loyal soldier of the North. But the concerns that have been brought to my attention from my former Castellan, and from many of the soldiers here that would only see a boy wrong because he is a boy, those concerns brought to me are troubling. 2 days prior, a knight of the Vale came to me and I asked him a question. I asked him, what do you desire as a knight of the Vale? And he told me to see to it that my house is protected, that my lady is protected, and no harm ever comes to my lands and my people. I cannot say that those same words would ever come from Sir Marcus Buckwell. A true knight has no ambitions other than to protect and to serve. I know for a fact that Sir Marcus Buckwell has had more ambitions beyond that. Therefore, this claim, this issue with little Jack before us is troubling to me. I have nothing further to say.